All right, so basically this is all the stuff that I take in a nutshell. I do also take the GoPro as well for underwater stuff, but I also have the Insta360 Go 3S as well that I take. They're two really small cameras, plus if these batteries die, which I know they will because they die fast, I always have a backup. So yeah, so this is typically what I take traveling. All this stuff usually, particularly if I was going to travel for a video or something along the lines of that. All right, so I guess let's pack it up. So I have my DJI drone mini. Yeah, I don't use it as much in Philly, mostly because they're very strict on the drone flying policy. But if I'm not in Philly, I obviously take it with me, and that goes on the top part of my backpack. And then in here is a pen and a pencil and another pen, and then bongo ties. And then in this pocket, I keep some electrician tape to keep things tidy, or, you know, if something breaks or whatever. And then I have a spare cleaning cloth in the back pocket. So that goes in the top, just like that. All right. And then hand sanitizer and a bunch of rubber bands. Rubber bands are so useful, so helpful. So keep that in that pocket. Also, some things that I will throw in: my Canon M50 charger, which is that camera, and also my Sony GoPro charger. So all of the chargers I typically put on the outside pockets, something like this. So I just kind of put them all in there so that they're all in one pocket and I can just relax about it. So I'll typically just put my Canon M50 with a 10-22 lens on there. Just put it right in here like this. Tuck the strap in. I'll put the mic in here for it too. Just kind of like that. Then I usually keep a light of some sort on me at all times. This is a really old ring light that I got way back in the day. So I always just keep it, and I usually just clip it onto the pocket because it's just easier that way. I do on occasion bring a tripod, which would be this one. And then sometimes I'll take the divider out of here and I'll put it in. But because I'm taking that tripod, I don't really need this, but I'm just saying of like some different setups that I did before also. Camera mount for the car, for any GoPros or anything that goes in that pocket, just like that. I usually do spare batteries, so I have a bunch of batteries, goes in this pocket. All right, down there, a bunch of spare batteries. Love it. And then I usually do my Insta360 little clip mount in there as well, so I don't have to worry about it. That. And then this pocket for like my phone charger and things like that. And then this pocket, I'm going to have my tripod out like this, and then I'm gonna put my, actually I think all of it could fit in here. Yeah. So I usually just do my tripod and my selfie stick in here, just like this, and then I take this buckle like this, and I just make it a little bit longer, and I buckle everything together, obviously, so that it stays in place and it doesn't move, especially if you're on an airplane and this goes in front of you. It's such a good idea to keep everything strapped down so it takes up as minimal space as possible. And then I have this really small camera bag that I usually always take with me no matter like where I go. So what I usually do is on this pocket, I usually have my Insta360 camera. So I'll just replace that with my GoPro for now. So I usually put my Insta360 camera in there. Then in this pocket, I have my spare wallet, so I can put change in here. I have stickers that I can stick around places. And then I have a cleaning cloth, put that in there. Chapstick, okay, that's for that front pocket. The back pocket over here, I just keep hand sanitizer, right? And then also keep a spare battery in here for this camera, which on occasion does go into this other back pocket. So I'll move the hand sanitizer up here if I'm taking this camera. This is like just a backup to a backup to a backup at this point, and I'll just put it in that pocket, kind of like that, and then it'll fold down. So it depends on what I'm using this camera for. Typically when I'm traveling, it's a lot nicer because it's smaller and everything. But I've started carrying this less and less because I've gotten this camera. So I'll usually put my Sony A7C in here, just like that. And then I'll just throw the strap in there. And then I'll throw the battery in here. So that way when I take it out, it's just at the bottom. Or what I'll do is I'll throw the battery up here in this small pocket up here, which is usually what I do. And then I'll fold it over like that. And then that will be my packed bag. I don't really keep anything in this pocket because it's, you know, it could fall out very easily. Like there's nothing over it. There's no flaps or anything. So I just typically just keep everything in this front pocket if I need to. But yeah, so those are like, that's kind of how I pack my two bags, depending on whether or not I take this camera. Usually I do because it's a small backup camera. But since I have 2 DSLRs, I'll be all right. So sometimes I don't take this. But yeah, so that's how I pack my bags for traveling for a job if I were to. If I had a carry-on, I would take my case, which I'll make another separate video about that because I use that for my camp equipment. But typically I just stick with a backpack and a bag with all my stuff in it. And sometimes if I don't take my drone, so if I take this out of here, I just put my clothes in this pocket. So yeah, that's my setup for traveling typically. Sometimes, you know, there's a camera here, there's a camera there. Sometimes I'll take out a camera. But usually I have at least 3 cameras on me, whether it be an action camera, a point and shoot, and a DSLR. So I'll have at least one of the 3 on me at all times. So yeah, so that's what I use traveling. I hope you guys enjoy this video.